Good morning, girls. Today I am going to explain the verb pattern tables. First, before we have to make as many sentences as possible from the given tables which will be given to you in examinations. As per the verb pattern, you have to change, and you have to construct the sentences as per the given rules in the verb pattern. Now, before going to the table, what you have to look over is there are some steps which you have to follow to make the new sentences. Suppose see the table here. Subject is Kiran, linking verb is, subject complement noun, noun phrase or adjective. Means it somewhat relates to the noun forms only. Now see the example. Kiran is a businessman. Is represents the present tense. So the verb is here present only. They were not students. This is a negative statement. The dish is hot. Like this the sentences are given and they will be asking you to make some more sentences from the given pattern. So what you have to do, the first step is just change only the subject and write new sentences. Take the example, Kiran is a businessman. What is the subject here? Kiran. So what you do? You have to change only Kiran. Raj is a businessman. Ram is a businessman. Veena is a businesswoman. Like that. Okay? Like that. They were not students. Now here he is not a student. She is not a student. We are not using were not. Where is used for plural form. So when we change this into singular form, where will not come. The verb will be is. That you all know, I think. No? The dish is hot. The coffee is hot. The tea is hot. The curry is hot. Means we are changing only the subject and change the sentences. This is one step to make new sentences. Next step 2 is change only the verb. Now see the verb. Here if the subject is in singular, the verb will be coming as is, was, will be, shall be. If the subject is plural, the verb will be are, were, will be. This all you know as in a previous classes, how the verb changes when it is in singular form and when it is in a plural form. Kiran, example, take the same example. Kiran will be a businessman. Veena will be a businesswoman. Ram will be a businessman. Like that. Okay. Now this is only changing the verb formations. This is the second step in changing the verb. First step is changing only the subject. Second step is changing the verb. Okay. Now the third step is changing the subject complement or the object in a sentence. Kiran will be a teacher. Now here the subject complement is a businessman. No? So we have changed it into a teacher. Kiran will be a teacher. Kiran will be a doctor. Kiran will be a lawyer. Like that. Changing the only the subject complement. They are not students. They are not lawyers. They are not doctors. They are not teachers. Like that. No? The dish is hot here. The dish is cool. The dish is very sweet. The dish is very spicy. Like that, we can change the subject to complement. Now, by this, I think all of you understood there are three steps in making a new sentences as per the given rule of verb pattern. Now, when we change, the first step is we change only the subject and make the statements. Second step is we change the verb formation and make the sentences. And third step is we change the object or the subject to complement, given in the table and make the sentences. Now see the first one here. As per the exercise, verb pattern 1 here. See, subject Kiran is a businessman. They were not students. The dish is hot. Now you have to make 5 more sentences based on this. 3 are given for you as an exercise. See, tap water is not dash. The present day dash or intelligent. Dash is controversial. The words are given here which you have to use. See the film children fresh. Tap water is not, it is a subject complement, that is object. So what it is? Fresh. The tap water is not fresh. The present day dash or intelligent. Who are those? Children. The present day children are intelligent. Next, dash is controversial. The film is controversial. Now I'll ask you students to make 4 more new sentences from the table. See here, first change the subject. Write any 2 sentences. Kiran, Ram you use, Raj you use, or any name. That means subject you have to change. Next, they. It is a plural form. Now if you want to change the subject, you can go for singular form of he, she, like that. And the dish. Now instead of the dish, what you can use? The curry. Like that. Okay. So you can use Ram is a businessman. This is based on subject. She is not a student. The curry is spicy and hot, like that. Now if we change the linking verb be, Kiran is a businessman. Kiran will be a businessman. They will be students. The dish will be hot. Like that, change the verb. Or now change the subject complement. Kiran is a teacher. You change businessman and make a teacher. They were not students. Instead of students, you change doctors. They were not doctors. The dish is hot. Now change the hot into sweet. The dish is sweet. Like this, you have to make as many sentences as possible from the table. And in your examination, they'll give one example by mentioning the table and ask you to write 5 more sentences. So as either you take the subject change or verb change or object complement also change. What I prefer to you all easy way to write is either change subject or object. It will be easy for you without making mistakes. In the same manner, second table is there. Subject, linking verb, complement of the verb. Now see, the photograph was on the table. It is showing the verb formation where it is on the table. It always exists with the preposition. In the net, in the box, on the table, in the pocket, like that. Okay? Complement of the verb always exists with the preposition. The photograph was on the table. The bird is in the nest. The guests were in the hall. Now change this subject complement of the verb and make sentences or the subject. First we'll take the, as per the steps we have followed, we'll change the subject. First the photograph. Instead of photograph, you can write in the book was on the table. Like that. The bag was on the table. The basket was on the table. Like that. The bird is in the nest. So here the bird, always the birds only lives in the nest. So what we have to mention the bird, the parrot is in the nest. Like that, the crow is in the nest. Mention any bird name and write it. Next, the guests were in the hall. The students were in the hall. Like that you have to change. Next, take the object complement. That means the verb complement here. Now same you change. The photograph was on the table. The photograph was on the desk. The photograph was on the wall. Like the bird is in the nest. The bird is on the wall. The bird is in the wash area. Like that. The guests were in the hall. The guests were in the church. The guests were in the prayer hall. Like that. You can change and make as many sentences as possible. Now see the fill in the blanks. The director is dash. The doctor was dash. The child is not dash. Now we have to supply the complement of the verb here given in the bracket. In the cradle, the operation theatre, in the office. Now complete this. The director is in the office. The doctor was in the operation theatre. The child is not in the cradle. Like this you can write the sentences. Now see the third verb pattern. There is used, linking verb be is used, and the real subject. Real subject comes here before the object. Complement of the verb is mentioned here. There are dogs in the street. There is a lizard on the wall. There was a snake in the garden. Now the real subject comes before the object and there is used with the helping verb. Now tell, there are birds on the tree. There is a dog in the street. There was a lizard on the wall. Like this you can write as many as sentences from given the table. If you know the technique how to change the subject and object and the verb formation, you feel very easy to write the sentences. Now see the exercise. There is a fire. See the bracket words, in the forest, among the members, in the sugar. There is a fire in the forest. There was confusion among the members. There are ants in the sugar. In this way you can write the verb formations in a easy manner. Now once again I repeat students that when we change the verb pattern, there are 3 steps to make the new sentences. First is either to change the subject. Second is the verb formation, linking verb. And the third is the object. With this you can try and write as many sentences, and I will post the pics of the table and you have to write the sentences and put it in the group so that I can check how far you are able to write the sentences.